Tonight, thousands of Floridians are skipping work and taking to the streets.
¡Viva la gente trabajadora! ¡Viva los inmigrantes!
Delivered another win for the governor Tuesday. His immigration package now ready for signature after 90 minutes of debate on the House floor.
I feel the need to remind you that immigrants are people.
This bill will now put Florida on offense.
One new law is prompting people to leave the state. Immigration legislation that imposes some of the nation's toughest penalties on undocumented immigrants.
Senate Bill 1718 will have a detrimental effect on the economy of the state of Florida.
These protesters want our governor to hear what they believe Senate Bill 1718 could do to their families.
He's separating families, he's ruining a lot of people's lives, he's destroying families, he's hurting a bunch of people.
A state that has been home for millions of immigrants, the governor and his legislature have decided to attack and despise the people who actually build the economical and cultural prosperity.
I'm out here because I stand with my people on this. I'm definitely against this law.
Most people will agree that this country depends on immigrants. We are not criminals, we are workers.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis chose his political career over our well-being as immigrants and everyday Floridians.
Gobernador Ron DeSantis equivocamente ha tomado la decisión de criminalizar a los migrantes, de deshumanizar, porque deshumaniza con esa ley, porque nos hace saber que no somos nada.
Okay, all right, we're going to go sign. You guys want to come up here and do the honors? Here, guys, come right here. All right, here we go, guys.
In one word, it's been challenging. I don't have the same opportunities as anybody, really. Up to being a young adult, I don't have the same opportunities as everybody, so I kind of have to hustle. I am currently undocumented, so I don't have a legal status, and when this law passed, it has definitely cornered us to making a decision as a family to move out of the country and find a new home. Now, being a young adult and making the same move, essentially, is definitely feels like I'm restarting my life again.
23 years ago, Abby's family moved from Argentina to the United States, hoping for a better future. Their long fight for citizenship has hit a new roadblock with the signing of SB 1718, Florida's strict new law targeting immigrants.
Well, since I was little, we had like an understanding as a family, our situation, so I always knew what our situation was. So we always had to be careful. We had to have our eyes open, not share too much information. That was the type of experience that I had, in short words. I didn't have college as an option. Working was, it was all about hustling and just whatever can bring in money and pay the bills. So I didn't have the luxury to choose or to even work in air-conditioned, buildings or anything. So it was definitely challenging. In short words, yes.
During the quiet days of the pandemic, Abby found her creative spark developing beauty content on social media, gaining success to the point where collaborating with brands and doing promotional work became normal for her. Due to her immigration status, however, those opportunities are wearing thin.
It's been filled with a lot of opportunities that I'm grateful for. Looking back, the past 3 years have been filled with a lot of moments where I'm very happy and I still hold on to in terms of my relationships with some of the brands that I've worked with. I will say that there have been moments in our interactions where you can just feel the air kind of shift, where they're not as open to me, they're not as even nice to me. They've kind of change their minds when I speak of my status, that I can fly in the US, that I can go on an airplane, I can go on these trips, or I can't get paid, or it's just a lot of those important like details that when I shared to them, they were definitely kind of turned off by, and they eventually stopped messaging me. They take back any ideas or plans that they wanted to do with me, and that would be the last time I would hear from them.
So there is really I want to say there's no really like one solution to this, because it's so damaging, because it really targets like so many different things.
SB 1718 compels employers to use the E-Verify eligibility system, requires hospitals to check immigration status, and makes it illegal for undocumented immigrants to travel across the state, and criminalizes those aiding them. Romina Montenegro, State's Advocacy Coordinator from United We Dream, is at the forefront, advocating for immigrant rights and emphasizing the vital support that local communities offer.
Also, ultimately, these are folks' lives that are being changed. Imagine you have to one day leave behind your home that you've grown up in, leave behind your friends and your community, and have to change everything from, start from scratch because of a huge evil guy trying to pass really evil legislation against you and your family. I think being grassroots is always the most important, is really key when you have these really drastic, really violent laws like SB 1718, because I believe that one of the most important ways to fix day-to-day things, one of the most important ways to kind of combat those laws is through those local campaigns, through those local initiatives, and through those local resources.
Beyond the legalities, the critical issue on the state's economy.
I mean, I made this point when it came to Disney, how our governor is a job-killing moron, and this is more of the same.
The bill could disrupt Florida's largest industries and damage businesses, with the Florida Policy Institute revealing that industries like agriculture, construction, and waste management employ 391,000 undocumented workers, and without them, Florida's gross domestic product could drop by $12.6 billion in a single year.
The bill was, in my opinion, unnecessary and a solution in search of a problem that ended up creating a problem. But I also know that big business and small business both have benefited from immigrant labor. To some, it sounds great, but then in practicality, when you put it into practice, it's impractical. It's something that is not said out loud often enough by big business, small business, and elected officials. These folks help the economy in so many different ways. And the vast majority of folks that are doing these jobs, they're not coming in recently. They've been here. And many have families here and American-born children.
Claudia Gonzalez is the area organizer of the Homestead branch for the Farm Workers Association of Florida. We discussed with her the impacts of SB 1718 on Florida's agriculture and construction sectors, and to understand the challenges faced by farmers and construction workers in light of the new law.
En este caso, estamos viendo una discriminación a un sector muy vulnerable que tiene menos beneficios que cualquier otro, que es la comunidad trabajadora del campo. Es parte de los trabajadores esenciales durante la pandemia y podría enumerar infinidad de cosas del trabajo que un campesino hace. Entonces, el impacto que en ese momento resultó muy crítico desde antes que empezara a ser efectiva la ley, el temor de que este estado sea discriminatorio.
There's definitely been a tightening up. There's subcontractors can't take on as many jobs because they've lost a lot of people. It hurts because I know that most of those jobs that are being taken away because of this are jobs that legal aliens or citizens of the United States either don't want to do anyways, are not capable of doing anyways, and if they were capable of doing it, they would demand 2, 3, or 4 times the pay. My workers, not so much, but a lot of peers in my industry are definitely worried. They're worried about what's going to happen if they're going to be sent back. My peers and fellow business owners are worried on how they're going to be able to complete projects or start new projects and be able to give a good quality to the clients, because let's face it, these people are highly qualified for the industry. They are the best tilers, they are the best roofers, they are the ones building your cities. So
Blaze, let me just take a moment of personal privilege here to say that during the last 4 years, you've navigated the Republican Party of Florida in an amazing way.
For others, this is more than just a law opposing immigrants in Florida. This is about power and influence. Florida Senator and SB 1718 sponsor, Blaze Ingoglia, makes it clear that for him, the most important thing is for other states to follow in their direction of lawmaking.
What I hope to accomplish with this piece of legislation is that other states like Texas are going to look at what Florida did, and maybe Texas will adopt something similar. So if we can get Florida and Texas both to adopt a similar anti-illegal immigrant legislation, then you have the second most populous state and the third most populous state in the nation, taking away some of the incentives that foster all this illegal immigration. And hopefully the federal government will at some point say, okay, we need to fix this system.
Would you say you feel less wanted? You know, you immigrated here for a better opportunity and to live here for the rest of your life. But now you're forced to move to a whole different place and start all over, like you said. In a way, does it make you feel not wanted or like you don't fit in, you're being pushed out?
I do feel unwanted, for sure. I think I expected change to happen. I expected for more doors to open. I've worked to be a person that can bring a lot to the table, and I never had a shot at it. So it definitely feels like I'm not part of anything.
Abby has been bracing for a major change even before the law took effect. And despite all the uncertainty ahead, she and her family hold on to the hope for a better future for themselves and all undocumented immigrants. Doubts aside, they're ready to start life in their new home.
I plan on to keep creating content, beauty-related content, like I've been for the past few years. Though it's been highs and lows creating content living in the US, I have grown to love it, and I do know that I'll build a community of new people and meet new people and have more fun with that. I am also going to school, which is an opportunity I didn't have, and I'm ready to explore that option.